it is exactly 12 minutes past 7. We started the show with the week that was, as far as international headlines, local headlines, and everything in between. And I've been anticipating this, trying to get you to understand the crumbs of how everything is interlinked somehow. If it's not music, if it's not art, and I'd like to extend that to say politics included as well, right? We often talk on the show about how we think global affairs doesn't affect you and me, but it's the very people it affects. So today, this morning, we have the pleasure of speaking to General Manager Joaquin Valverde. I hope I said that pronounced that correctly, from the Spanish Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on air this morning.
It is a great pleasure. So I do have to say that I'm grateful that my work in the past did give me to an invitation to your gala dinner. And I think media as well as politics play a very crucial role in that. So my first question has to be about, Spain's recent win and how you think that strengthens in one way or another Spain and South Africa relations.
Well, I always think that sport can do something that not delegation, MOU, or similar things can quite manage. It makes people feel something about a country before they think about it, well, emotionally, before they think about it rationally. And Spain winning the World Cup, beating Argentina with Messi playing, what may be his last final. Well, that's a story that the whole world is talking about right now, and South Africa included. So for us at the Chamber is a real gift because it makes our job a little bit easier when we sit down with a potential South African company or a government official. Spain is in their mind right now, and that's quite cool because it helps open doors. It doesn't do my job, but it helps me open those doors, open the conversation with the people, and then we can close agreements and deals and so on.
Right. And I guess that specifically speaks to trade and cultural experiences in one way or another. I wanted to ask you how the Chamber is, translating this current momentum. How are you using it for good, I suppose?
Well, as I said, it opened those doors. So when we speak about investments, cultural events, or bringing a South African company to Spain, it just makes it a little bit easier for us, and we need to capitalize on that. That's my work, try and capitalize on this momentum for the next 6 to 12 months.
In your opinion, as far as this diplomacy, and if we are to, break it down for our young leaders, how does that trickle down to the average person, and why should the youth care about the work that you do and just global affairs as a whole?
Well, my job is building bridges between Spain and South Africa. So every time I can bring, or we can bring as a team, because it's not just me, of course, every time we can bring a new Spanish investor to the country, well, it has a massive impact in the young people because it opens up job opportunities and it opens up trade opportunities. So, we always talk about trade impact. The Spanish companies that are here in South Africa invested already employ about 25,000 people. So, that is the impact we want to see. And also, we do a lot of work with youth entrepreneurs and the youth in partnership with the European Union and the local Spanish chambers. We did a project that just ended this year where we had about 600 young people being empowered to help them find jobs and help them become entrepreneurs. So it extends beyond the diplomacy. Is a lot more than that, and a lot more impact than that.
as far as communications, right? I think we are now living in the fifth industrial revolution. So do you think it's a sector thing that doesn't advertise diplomacy to young people as a purposeful driven, or do you think it's just like an exposure thing? Where do you think the gap is missing? Because you've said all of the good with the youth, and who doesn't want to be empowered? So where do you think the gaps between connecting the youth and diplomacy as some sort of way in?
I think what's happening at the moment is the young people are disillusioned with politics. We see it at voter turnout, and it keeps on declining. And when I speak to the young people about these things, they don't want to vote. So I suppose in a way they see politics and diplomacy as a similar thing, and they don't want to be very interested in it.
Right.
And I think it's very,
how do we change
important.
that? Yeah.
Well, we need to make politics and diplomacy more cool, I suppose, more closer to the young people. I think some of these institutions are very old-fashioned, and I think the young people feel like maybe because they don't know the right people, they can't get into these institutions. Right. And that's a perception. Maybe it's not only a perception, but maybe it's real, that we need to change. And the only way we can do that is by getting young people in those institutions to actually give visibility to the other young people about those institutions. That makes sense.
No, totally. I
my
totally get that. Yeah. Well, it sounds like the Spanish Chamber is on fun of it. I think it's all about strengthening future leaders, even though sometimes that is taken as a buzzword because the future is now. So as far as the gala dinner is at stake, what can your stakeholders, internal and external, kind of expect from that?
What I always really like about the gala dinner is the only time when we can put diplomats, government officials, the private sector, and our members of the chamber together in a table to have a glass of wine and to have a conversation. And that networking opportunity is very, very rare, and it gives opportunity to our members of the chamber, primarily because that's my main objective, an opportunity to build those relationships. At the end of the day, South Africa is transitioning into these what we call the triple Ps, the private-public partnerships, and the gala dinner is a perfect space to strengthen those relationships at a more personal level, so that you can actually have this proximity to government, to diplomacy, and to the private sector.
As a young person, I hope that, well, my job here at least, I say, is about language. I feel as though there's jargon within each area, and as you spoke about access, looking forward to seeing the work of the chamber, short term and long term. And if you want to say anything else, well, please feel free.
No, thank you. I think I always encourage everybody to get close to the chamber, even if they don't become members. But we do a lot of really interesting events, networking opportunities, workshops that not only help South Africa, Spanish companies in South Africa do business better, but we also want to build more bridges for South African companies to go to Spain. And we, as chambers, we are closer to business than any other institution is. And I think young people come to the chamber, join us at our events, and it is a perfect opportunity to network. I always say when we're doing this project with the young people is that networking is more powerful than they think, and they need to do a lot more of it.
Right. And Joaquin, anybody who has happened to listen to our conversation, how do they get connected with all the chamber's work, either digitally or telephonically?
Yeah, digitally they can go to our website. It's quite simple. It's cc, double c, so spacecc.org, and send us a message. We have our cell phone number on the website. We have our emails. We have everything. So come join us. We do events about AI. We do events about the ease of doing business. In September, we'll be doing an investing in Spain workshop. We are finalizing now. So yeah, we are doing a lot of things, and yeah, people must come and join us and get themselves networking with decision makers, CEOs, and government alike.
Wonderful. Now mobilize a group of young aspiring professionals so that the Spanish Chamber can adopt them.
Well, we can have a look at it. I wanted to say something before we go, because this is an opportunity for young people. In November, we do a Spanish festival where we give the opportunity to young people that have something, a product or something they are trying to promote. We do like a little entrepreneurial fair. So yeah, the young people must mobilize and contact us as well for this, not just for the gala dinner, which is a very high level event, but also a Spanish festival in November at Valverde in the Cradle.
Okay, I will definitely follow up with that and share that on our platforms, and hope it sticks to anybody that resonates with impact and diplomacy and everything else. Joaquin, thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate it. And yes, have yourself a beautiful day.
Thank you very much. You too. Thanks again.
And there you have it. So if anybody's listening, okay, international news, local news, Bafetu, let's get involved. Let's create the change that we want to see. And on that note, I'm going to give us a breather. Let's go pay some bills. Let's go digest all of that knowledge. There's opportunities out there. There are different paths out there. Why not do something that scares you, something that will open your mind? There's so much in the world, there's so much that we don't know. The thing is that we don't know. You don't know what you don't know. This is what I always say. So if that sparked anything in you, just a thought. It doesn't have to spark an idea. It doesn't have to spark an organization that you want to work with. It should only but spark the curiosity of wanting to know more. That is all we aim to do this morning.